Today we're here not only to honor the students who have graduated from this college during the past year, but also to celebrate all those past and present who have contributed to Kingsborough's noble mission. We know that this is the day you have all worked hard for, and now it is here. This day is a celebration of your achievements. Feel free to post your content on social media and be sure to tag it CUNY KCC and use the hashtag KCCGrad2021. And now, Dr. Felix Matos Rodriguez, Chancellor of the City University of New York, will bring greetings to the graduates from the university.
Greetings and saludos to everyone. And thank you so much to my good friend President Schrader for inviting me to take part in this meaningful Kingsborough tradition. It is my pleasure to acknowledge your keynote speaker, Nancy Lee Sanchez, Executive Director of the Kaplan Educational Foundation, who is also a very proud Kingsborough Community College alumni and a member of your school's foundation board. And it is truly my honor to recognize an individual who really needs some introduction, but I'll try my best anyway. Congratulations to your Honorary Doctorate Recipient, Chris Rock, one of my favorite comedians, a great writer and performer, and a former CUNY student. Welcome back, Chris. It's great to have you here in the house in Brooklyn. And thank you for your continued support and presence among the Kingsborough community. And now, on behalf of the entire CUNY family, I am thrilled to extend my congratulations to a very special and unique graduating class, the resilient, persevering, and magnificent Kingsborough Community College class of 2021. Let me begin with an acknowledgement and a salute. When you arrive at this university to begin your first class, you could not have imagined the events that would reshape our world and reconfigure your college journey for these last 2 academic years. I know this isn't the graduation ceremony that any of us could have imagined, perhaps even when we started the academic year back in August. But even without a procession in caps and gowns, nothing can diminish the importance of this occasion. It is not possible to understate the scale of your accomplishment and the admiration I have for all of you. I am so proud and honored to salute the class of 2021 and to express my appreciation for the faculty, staff, and families who play such a pivotal role in helping each student reach the finish line. Commencement season, I've said it before, it's my favorite time of the year. Like all of you, I long to be able to celebrate the occasion in person, to look out from the days and see a lengthy horizon of smiles and hear a resounding chorus of cheers and have high fives and see families together. We have needed to tweak these traditions, but make no mistake, that does not make this modified commemoration any less memorable. For more than a year now, you confronted a relentless confluence of circumstances and challenges for which none of us could have adequately prepared. From the arrival of the coronavirus and its subsequent surges, to the transition to distance learning and virtual events, and the anxiety of an economic downturn, a consequential presidential election last fall, and a renewed nationwide push for racial and social justice, you conducted yourselves fittingly, admirably, and with great purpose. For many of us, the crisis has been accompanied by personal loss. On behalf of the university, I want to offer sincere condolences to all who are grieving. And still, through all that we've been through, the sacrifices that we needed to make to protect our safety so we could begin to recover and to get to where we are today, you never stop pursuing your goals and your dreams. I hope you're able to look back and feel an incredible sense of pride, as well as a degree of optimism for the way you responded and helped your community heal. Class of 2021, I am humbled by your selflessness, by your kindness to each other. The education that you fought so hard to attain will enable you to flourish as you stepped into a world that has changed since you first arrived. But make no mistake, you are stronger for what you endure, and you're ready to leave your mark in the world. We will never forget your courage and resilience. I hope you never forget CUNY, because we will always be here for you. Congratulations to you and to your families and to the entire campus community. This is your day to celebrate. You did it. All good wishes to you moving on forward, and the best of luck. Suerte y éxito.
Dr. Claudia V. Schrader, President of Kingsborough Community College.
Thank you, Chancellor, for your leadership and overwhelming support of Kingsborough Community College and our graduates. Before I get started, I need to post a question in the chat. Is Staten Island, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx, and Brooklyn in the house? Good morning, Kingsborough graduating class of 2021. I'm hyped already, because this morning, along with 15 other faculty members, we drove throughout the city visiting graduates and gifting them with alumni swag. And I don't know about you, but I felt like we climbed a hill these past 2 years, and now we're at the apex. Graduates, you are at the top, standing proud because of all you accomplished, and you're looking out at the magnificent view and your future. At the presidential inauguration in January, Amanda Gorman, the Youth Poet Laureate, spoke about hills too in her poem, The Hills We Climb. She read, "When the day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there's always light, if we're only brave enough to see it, if we're only brave enough to be it." Kingsborough class of 2021, you climbed the hill, and now you're at the top. The dawn has bloomed, and the light of accomplishment and opportunity is all around you. And you were brave enough, bold enough, and strong enough to see it, be it, and achieve it, and we're so proud of you. Congratulations. I want to start by calling this meeting of all you graduates, your family, your friends, our faculty and staff to order. This meeting is called Commencement. First item on the agenda is old business. Graduates, there is an elephant in the room. And I'm going to talk about the elephant, and then in the words of Wendy Williams, we're going to put that where? Back there. I know the past year has been a very difficult one. The COVID-19 pandemic has stole a lot from us. Our loved ones, our health, our peace of mind, our jobs, our freedoms, to go places, see people, and do things. It stole a lot. But try as it may, it could not steal your drive, your determination, or your resiliency. It could not steal the years of work you put into earning this degree and your place on top of this hill and at this ceremony today. You did what you had to do to get here, graduates. There were late nights, long study sessions, lots of reading, many sacrifices were made. And then the city shut down and life as we know it changed. But you were not defeated or deterred. You got online, and you got on with the business of earning your degree. You put your mask on, you maintained social distancing, you got vaccinated. We will not let COVID-19 steal anything else. Not your light, not your day, and not your joy. Today, we are about the business of celebrating each and every one of you, the 2,250 graduates from August 2020, January 2021, and June 2021. So let's take attendance. I see from the chat that we have Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island, and Manhattan in the house. Let's see who else is represented here today in the class of 2021 by posting in the chat. We have 46 men and women, veterans who served our country with distinction. There are 68 students from the Kingsborough Early College Secondary School who will earn a degree today, and on Monday, a high school diploma. There are 16 students who achieved a perfect 4.0 GPA, but in the end, only 2 could have been named valedictorian and salutatorian. Congratulations, Allan Santana and Ruth Thomas. The youngest graduate among you was born in 2003, and the most seasoned in 1951. For 6 graduates, it's not only commencement, it's their birthdays. Happy birthday, graduates. 80 of you discovered an amazing program called College Discovery, while 595 of you said, we are going to finish this degree as soon as possible, along with the Accelerated Studies in Associate Programs, ASAP. And among you are international students from such places as Albania, Indonesia, Turkey, the Philippines, Grenada, Greece, Nepal, Jamaica, Vietnam, and Haiti. Sac passe! That's Haitian Creole for what's happening. What's happening, graduates, is that you decided to start your educational journey at a community college because you knew it would be affordable, that your degree will be transferable, that support would be available, and that your success would be achievable. And now you're about to embark on an amazing adventure as you climb more hills. But wait, don't take off too quickly. There is some unfinished business that we have to attend to. Remember all your professors that challenged you, taught you, and mentored you, like our faculty speaker, Dr. Cindy Greenberg? All those staff members that were there to guide you and support you, like your advisors and our counselors? It's time to say thank you. Thank you to the amazing, unmatched, fabulous faculty and staff of Kingsborough Community College. Graduates, light up the chat with gifts and emojis and your words of thanks. While you're at it, thank your family and friends, the ones right there with you, and the ones, although who couldn't be with you physically, were always there for you. We, the faculty, staff, your family and friends, and I are so proud of you. Some of you will be the first in your family to graduate, and because of that hill that you climb, that trail that you blaze, you will not be the last. Some of you told yourself, and maybe other people told you, that you were not college material, but look at you now. You have material, all right, a graduation cap with a tassel that says 2021. You have a graduation gown that makes you look like royalty, and you have a graduation stole that is a symbol of your academic achievements. And it's not just because you are graduating today that you rock, but also you share this day with Chris Rock, the actor, comedian, director, producer, and writer, who will receive an honorary doctorate from the City University of New York. Soon to be, Dr. Rock walked the same halls that you did. He walked the clusters, he was chilling in the cafeteria, he even got his ID checked by public safety. He left KCC when his career started to take off and did not finish his degree, but we recognize him for his outstanding contributions on the world stage and his philanthropic endeavors. Graduates, now more than ever, you will be called upon to help develop solutions to the problems that still plague our society. Everyone is looking to community college graduates to help get the country back on its feet. Your nation, your country, Your community needs you to be active and engaged citizens and neighbors. Your experience here has imbued you with the knowledge, skills, and disposition to make a difference in your chosen professions. Wherever the next leg of your academic and professional journey takes you, remember you stand on the shoulders of all those who made this journey possible for you. You should feel tall with pride in your accomplishments. From this height, you will have a clear view of all the opportunities that await you. You also have the leverage to pull someone up. My charge to you is to make room for someone to stand on your shoulders. Graduates, be philanthropic, volunteer, extend a helping hand, give back to your communities or your alma mater, like our commencement speaker, Dr. Nancy Lee Sanchez, a KCC graduate who not only serves on the KCC Foundation board, but who continues time and time again to extend her hands to help support KCC students. Whew. This is a great place, this hill, but graduates, you have more amazing things to do and incredible places to go. It is time to move on. Know that you are ready and you have everything you need to be successful in this next leg of your journey. As you set it off, I leave you with this quote from the late DMX. We each have a star. All we have to do is find it. Once you do, everyone who sees it will be blinded. Shine on, graduates, shine on.
And now, President Schrader will introduce the recipient of the Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree from the City University of New York and today's commencement guest speaker.
Chris Rock is one of the world's most important comedic voices, as well as an award-winning actor, director, producer, and writer. It's no secret that he is also one of my favorite comedians, an incredible actor too. When I found out that he attended Kingsborough for 1 year and studied communications, I was over the moon. Kingsborough claims Chris Rock as one of our own. I am so glad that he has been a part of his educational journey and that his experiences helped to shape his success. Whereas actor, comedian, writer, producer, and Chris Rock has brought to a wide and diverse audience his sharp, cutting-edge stand-up skills that are groundbreaking, thought-provoking on subject matters such as family, politics, romance, music, celebrities, and race relations in the United States, making him one of the most preeminent comedic minds of his generation. And whereas Chris Rock came to wider prominence as a cast member on Saturday Night Live in the early 1990s, he went on to more prominent film appearances with starring roles in Down to Earth, Head of State, The Longest Yard, the Madagascar film series, Top 5, and a series of acclaimed stand-up specials for HBO. He developed, wrote, and narrated the sitcom Everybody Hates Chris, which was based on his early life. And whereas Mr. Rock has won 4 Primetime Emmys, including Outstanding Writing for a Variety Music or Comedy Program for his comedy special, Kill the Messenger, and his late-night talk show, The Chris Rock Show, an Outstanding Variety Music or Comedy Special and Outstanding Writing for a Variety or Music Program for his comedy special, Bring the Pain, and won 3 Grammys for Best Comedy Album for his comedy specials, Roll with the New, Bigger and Blacker, Never Scared, and Tambourine. And whereas, in addition to his work in television and film, Mr. Rock is a New York Times best-selling author for his first book, Rock This, that was published in 1997. Rock wrote about several of his favorite topics at the time, including President Bill Clinton and the O.J. Simpson saga, as well as the racial dynamics in the United States and the differences he sees between men and women. And whereas Mr. Rock's philanthropic initiatives to support children so that they have a space to learn and grow match Kingsborough's and the university's highest ideals. And whereas, in granting this degree, the university will recognize Mr. Rock's extensive contributions to bringing awareness about the importance of the coronavirus vaccine. And whereas, in recognition of Mr. Rock's unique perspective and groundbreaking, thought-provoking voice on important issues to wide and diverse audiences, be it resolved that the City University of New York award Chris Rock the Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. I am so pleased to bestow this honorary doctorate to Chris Rock. We know that not only is he a brilliant mind, but he is also one of the busiest men in America, constantly filming or behind the scenes, jetting from here to there. As honored as he is to receive this doctorate, we knew that his video would be short and sweet. Help me to welcome our 2020 Honorary Doctorate Recipient, Chris Rock.
Hey, Chris Rock here. I want to thank Kingsborough Community College for presenting me with this doctorate. I also want to congratulate the graduating class of 2021. It's a hard year. I also want to thank and congratulate everybody that works hard every day in the CUNY system. You guys are amazing. Again, thank you very, very much.
It is my honor, pleasure, and privilege to present to you your commencement speaker. Dr. Nancy Lee Sanchez is the Executive Director of the Kaplan Educational Foundation. Not only is she an alumna of KCC, she currently serves on our foundation board. She is the author of Your Guide to College Transfer and is a regular contributor to Forbes. Dr. Sanchez is one of the industry's leading voices on community college to four-year college transfer. In her role, Dr. Sanchez serves as a strategic partner and advisor to the Kaplan Educational Foundation Board of Directors, while managing the Kaplan Leadership Program's rigorous recruitment, academic advising, leadership, and scholarship component. Dr. Sanchez has over 20 years of expertise providing greater access to higher education, improving the college experience, and supporting leadership among low-income, underrepresented, and non-traditional students through collaborative partnerships and services that directly target factors affecting degree attainment gaps. Dr. Sanchez's own educational journey started right here at Kingsborough Community College, where she earned an associate's degree in early childhood education. She went on to earn a bachelor's degree in education from Long Island University, a master's in sociology from Brooklyn College, and her doctorate degree in educational leadership and innovation at New York University. As a 2014 National Hispanic Executive Leadership Fellow, Dr. Sanchez completed an executive leadership program at Harvard University's John F. Kennedy School of Government and Leadership Development Program and the Center for Creative Leadership. Born in Las Piedras, Puerto Rico, Nancy currently resides in Brooklyn. Graduates, please help me welcome the 2021 commencement speaker, Dr. Nancy Lee Sanchez.
It is truly an honor to be here. I've sat in the same auditorium for many years. So it's truly an honor, and I'm very moved. Thank you, President Schrader, for your introduction, and thank you for your leadership, especially during this last year. I'm home. I really do feel it. I am home. Thank you to members of the staff and faculty, trustees, and distinguished guests. What you have done in the last year is remarkable, and I am humbled by your commitment and dedication to making today happen. To parents, family, and friends, this day is yours to celebrate. I join you in celebrating the class of 2021. Let me pause for a second and say it again. We are all here to celebrate the KBCC class of 2021 and everyone that has been part of this journey. Congratulations. While President Schrader was reading my bio, I realized that so much of what makes me is missing. It is better that I tell you. I am an ESL learner. Spanish is my first language, mi gente. I worked for 3 years in a factory floor from the age of 13 to 16. I also work as a waitress, a typist, a microfiche clerk, dating myself. I was a cashier at a clothing store, a babysitter, and worked many more jobs. I dropped out of school in the 11th grade and earned my GED. My father did time in prison. Drug addiction and alcoholism took a toll on many of my loved ones. My mother worked more than 45 hours a week, and that didn't include the weekends where she spent working in a factory. I live in a small apartment with 13 people. Yet somehow, there was a college that opened the doors for someone like me, and that's Kingsborough. Kingsborough Community College is my home, and I say that to you with full honesty. It is here that I learned English, where I wrote my first essay, where I learned to read with purpose, and it is here where I made my longest lasting friendships. My friends from College Discovery, Brenda, Giovanna, still my best friends, to Elaine from Public Safety, she's my girl. It is here where I wrote my first lesson plan, and I started my work in the field of education, and where my first bonds were created with people from all over the world. I want you to know that I represent you, my community. I take with me Spanish, my accent, my loud laugh, my Puerto Rican pride, my New York City attitude, and my experience and awareness of the struggle. I want you to be proud of this day, of this experience. It is your experience. Own wherever you are from. I want you to strive to be leaders in your lives, your families, your communities, your colleges, and your professions. You do this by always demanding of yourself to be honest and with who you love, with what you love and what you stand for. When I was asked to come and speak to KBCC class of 2021, you, the graduates, and everyone here, and the many people that show up each day to support your education, I said, yes, no nerves, I got this, no second thoughts, a resounding yes. Hung up the phone, did a little dance, but in the last few weeks in preparation for today, I have been so nervous. I've realized that I am nervous because in many ways, I am speaking into a mirror right now into the screen. More than 20 years ago, I sat where you sit with an associate's degree in early childhood education and still filling out forms to go to a 4-year college, figuring out how I was gonna pay for it, and also applying for work. So I thought long and hard, and I said, this is a class of 2021. They have done it all to graduate. They are unstoppable, and they probably had a million reasons to stop. This was the year. What can I possibly say to you? And I figured it out. Here is my message. Don't stop now. This world needs you. We need you to continue with your education. Today, as many of you sit at home in front of a screen, perhaps feeling that your graduation experience somehow has been lesser, I want you to know that the fact that you graduated during a global pandemic, and while this country erupted with calls of social justice, this moment, this degree, this graduation places you at a whole different level of historic achievement. You are the class of 2021. Wear that with pride. You not just survived 2020, you remain committed to your education, to your dreams, to the dreams of your ancestors. It is moments like this that we should always hold on to. When we know KBCC students were working at frontline workers, as essential workers, holding the hands of the sick, figuring out how they would teach their own children from their dining rooms and find a new job, since many were lost. The future of the United States of the world is right here. Yes, you are the future. The fact that you are a degree holder, you become more likely to vote, less likely to be unemployed, more likely to make better nutritional decisions, to enroll your children in preschool, to provide for your families, and most of all, thrive in your professions. The fact that community college students like you outperform high school students at the most elite institutions, yes, your community college experience and your determination closes the achievement gap that is often the result of privilege, wealth, and discrimination. My job at the Kaplan Educational Foundation is to make sure that four-year colleges and universities, the Ivies, highly selective colleges around this nation recognize that the talent they seek lives here at KBCC and community colleges across the nation. It is your job to pursue them, to be fearless, to be unapologetically you. To calm my nerves today, as I often do, especially when speaking to a group that I so admire, I picture myself walking to this microphone with my ancestors behind me, applauding you. Today, they see you wearing your gown, your cap, with pride. You are my ancestors' dreams. We are all standing on the shoulders of giants, as Professor Schrader said. I should say President Schrader. And I want you to know that you are the giants of today. And I want you to be the giants of tomorrow. Today, I hope you look around. I'm just one of the many people, a village, a community that recognizes that you have the talent, that you have the intellect, and the power to make sure this country and this world lives up to your greatness. I am not here to talk to you about what is wrong, but what is right. Each one of you is just right. We are all here to work together to make sure that the dreams and aspirations become a reality. Whether it is that you want to become a doctor, a business owner, an engineer, a teacher, a counselor, I want you to know that each can become the very best in your field. Through you, the workforce has access to a diverse group of points of views, languages, and experiences that make you problem solvers. For many of you, change of country, change of neighborhood, new language, new home, new cultures are a familiar experience. Change is required for progress, and you are the change we are looking for. To those graduating with a nursing and mental health degree, the world awaits your compassion and care. How do you say thank you to those that save your life, bring comfort, save you from yourself? You deserve our applause and our admiration. In the last year, we have come to understand that without you, we are all more vulnerable. I urge you to demand the very best care of for all of your patients. But also, it is this village's job to act in gratitude and support you, to make sure you too can come home safe. And that we pay it back to you by ensuring you can earn a salary that is commensurate with the sacrifices that you make each day. To those entering education, we entrust you with the greatest resource, our children, our youth. And today, more than ever, do we know that the work you do sustains the minds of children and of parents. To you, we are all indebted, and I want you to push to work in the classroom and bring that to the highest levels of office. I want you to be the next Chancellor of CUNY. It is you, the educators of KBCC class of 2021, that can best lead our educational system into a place with equality, equity, and inclusion, make it possible for all of our children to dream as you have here at Kingsborough. To those of you going into tourism, food, and restaurant industry that has been so hard hit, we know that you are what often keeps us sane. You are our refuge. You make it possible for the world to stop and reconnect with themselves and loved ones. Thank you. Thank you. To those pursuing science degrees, we are all better for your pursuits. If we ever doubted the importance of scientific research, of sound logic, of the pursuit of provable and tangible facts, now we know that absent scientific analysis and research, we can all fall prey to misinformation and delay progress. To those in the fine and performing arts, we know how important it is to see beauty and to see the world through somebody else's eyes. We need you to bring back the colors and sounds that make life rich. To your business degree holders, go out there and in pursuit of capital, of sales, of customers, make sure that you bring your full self, that you never succumb to making it to the top and forgetting your path there. The most important resource in a company is the human resource. Treat everyone with respect and make sure that part of your business strategy is to maintain a workforce that can also thrive financially. Yes, that single mother who has 2 kids that took class with you, sociology, psychology, doesn't matter, also deserves the same pay. I speak to you, every single concentration that is offered at Kingsborough, each has a path, not just to employment, but to leadership. I want you to hold this degree. And any future degree you may earn, any position you may have, with the commitment to purpose and to using your expertise to improve each system you enter, and to assure that the diversity and inclusion displayed in the achievements of your class are so celebrated every day, but valued enough to be a part of the design of policies. You see, with you, our experiences, values, understanding, and now expert knowledge from the credentials of your associate's degree that are often missing, or dare I said, kept out of boardrooms, kept out of leadership positions. Without your voice, our classrooms, hospitals, social justice system, corporations, the restaurant, the tourism industry, research labs, etc., risk being unable to meet the needs of people like us with dignity. And we risk not being able to fully understand the needs of growing communities that make this world so much better. The diversity that lives at Kingsborough is often missing from many rooms where decisions that affect our daily lives are made. In many rooms, I am the only person of color. I am the only woman. I am the only Afro-Latina, the only Spanish speaker. I am often the only person in that room. We need more people from Kingsborough in those rooms. I want you to commit to reaching those rooms, to influencing and pushing everyone into those rooms, to affirm human and civil rights and to ethical practices. I want you to unapologetically speak up for the communities you represent. Don't hide your language, don't hide who you are. Know your history, not the interpretation of what others think it means to be you. I want you to learn about the events that brought us here all together. For many, looking into the past leads to feelings of guilt, sadness, or even for some shame. I assure you that if you look into your history, you will find many moments to celebrate your own journey. You have made history here today. I leave you with a quote. The quote is from Benjamin Elijah Mays, mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Whatever you do, strive to do it so well that no person living and no person dead and no person yet to be born could do it any better. Don't forget, whatever you do, strive to do it so well that no person yet to be born could do it any better. Not because this is a competition, but simply because you can. Kingsborough class of 2021. We all believe in you. Go get them. You are the class that made it through the pandemic. Wear your crown. Congratulations.
At this time, Professor Cindy Greenberg of the Department of Communications and Performing Arts will deliver greetings to the graduating class on behalf of the Kingsborough faculty.
Hello, everyone. Today's your day. It's your graduation day. Yay! I love graduations, and I'm truly honored to speak to you today as a representative of the faculty of Kingsborough Community College. My name is Dr. Cindy Greenberg, and I am a member of the Department of Communications and Performing Arts, and I teach speech. But before I was a professor, I was a CUNY student, just like you. Actually, all my degrees from my bachelor's to my master's to my PhD come from CUNY. I like to call myself a CUNY kid, and I hope you will too. So I'm here to wish you well as a professor, even though my head and my heart often feel like that CUNY kid. Here is some wisdom as you say goodbye to Kingsborough and say hello to your new journey to who knows where. I think the sentiments can be summed up with 3 words: pride, resilience, and ready. First, today is a day to live in the moment and to feel proud. This was one crazy road that you had to navigate, and you did it. In the beginning, you conquered the commute, and you found your rooms, and you passed your math classes, and your English classes, and your pathway classes, and all the classes for your majors too. As faculty, we are proud for you for all of that and for not quitting when the world seemingly stood still in this last year. We're proud of those small moments at Kingsborough, but important moments when you did things like worked on the farm, or joined our protest against gun violence, or helped to clean up the campus, and of course, helped another student when they were lost in Zoom. We're proud of your participation in our classes and how you showed respect for diversity and different languages and divergent viewpoints. Next is resilience. Each one of you sitting here today is a story. And your story undoubtedly includes moments at Kingsborough when you didn't think that you could finish. Just this past semester, I had students who had to juggle so many issues like children and jobs, language, money, mental health, COVID, and time. This semester, I had several women who were pregnant. One had a baby this past semester in the middle of the semester, and she asked if she could hand in some of her assignments late. Who does that? A CUNY student, a Kingsborough student who is persistent and builds resilience and focuses on finishing. Lisa Borders, the former president of the Women's National Basketball Association, once said, "Failure is not fatal, it's feedback." And everyone has failures. We are proud that despite some failures, you didn't stop chasing your dreams and you kept going. Finally, as a faculty member, I know you're ready. You are coming out of Kingsborough with more knowledge, more experience, more life skills than when you first arrived. This class, your class of 2021, is especially ready. No computer science class, no communications class, no sociology class could have taught you the life skills that you learned when you had to adjust and to adapt to online classes this past year. You are ready to deal with people anywhere and under unimaginable situations. You are ready with your smarts, your dreams, and your belief in yourself. So, class of 2021, take it from this CUNY kid and this professor. Don't stop learning and do follow your dreams. And when the diploma comes in the mail, take it out of the envelope and pause a moment. Think about the faculty and the faculty who wish you well, and the friends and family who helped you get it. Then get a frame and put it on the wall. Like a quilt blanket that has many pieces, many patches that make a whole, this paper represents a patch of your life. May the blanket be king size, may it be warm, and may it be loving. Class of 2021, the world needs you and awaits you. Best wishes today to you, and congratulations once again from the faculty of Kingsborough Community College.
It is now my pleasure to present the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Joanne Russell.
Thank you, President Schrader. It is fitting that we recognize some of Kingsborough's other past graduates, members of the KCC Alumni Association. It goes without saying that the interaction between faculty and student, that very special learning experience, lies at the heart of this institution. So it is fitting to recognize those individuals whose dedication to the education of our graduates has made this commencement day possible, the Kingsborough faculty. It is also my pleasure to recognize a unique group of Kingsborough graduates. These students have been part of our college community since they were in 6th grade. I am speaking of the students of the Kingsborough Early College Secondary School. These students, by completing a very special and rigorous curriculum, will graduate this year with both a New York City high school diploma and a Kingsborough Community College associate's degree. We now recognize the student from the class of 2021 who has earned the college's highest academic honor, that of valedictorian. Graduating students with a 4.0 GPA with no more than 12 credits transferred are eligible to be considered for class valedictorian. They are invited to submit an essay about their time at the college and a copy of their co-curricular transcript. A committee selects the student they feel has made the biggest impact while at Kingsborough. The valedictorian of Kingsborough Community College, class of 2021, is Allan Santana. Allan is graduating with a degree in business administration with a 4.0, and this fall will attend the School of Business at Lehigh University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. His career goal is to own real estate and businesses. He is the founder of NYC ATM, a business idea that came from Allan wanting to help his community. Allan was active in several clubs and programs while at Kingsborough. He was treasurer of the Honors Club, treasurer and business manager of Kingsborough's student newspaper, Scepter, and vice president of leadership in Kingsborough Psi Theta Kappa of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. Allan has received awards including a Gladys Brooke Foundation Scholarship, the Stephen Weidenbarno Award, and the Presidential Scholars Award. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Kingsborough Community College's valedictorian for the class of 2021, Allan Santana, to deliver his remarks to the graduating class. Allan?
As a little boy, I couldn't stand puzzles. I never understood putting something together piece by piece to build something greater. I just wanted to see the full picture. At Kingsborough, above all, I learned that the value in life and in education lies in minute details most of us choose to neglect. Like a painting by Rothko or Van Gogh, most of life is a blur of color that flies by in an instant, but ultimately comes together to form a masterpiece if we let it. You see, 2018 through 2020, the years I spent as a business major at this fine institution, two things became apparent to me. Life is all about the little things, and if you want to be successful, you have to learn to get out of your own way. I won't lie to you all and say that I remember the first steps I took onto campus or the joy I felt knowing I never had to take a biology class again in my life. But what I do remember are the times when I was at a crossroads with the choice to either strive further and take on more opportunity or to simply say, no thank you, and head home. We have the ability to do as much or as little as we'd like. That room for choice, those tiny but consistent calls to action, is what made me realize that while it was easier to pass up on dedicating my weekends for PTK events, or even sitting down with faculty and student body for a lunch presented by the chefs in the culinary department, it was all the more rewarding to say, I'll be there. A couple of glimpses of my own experiences may not have been enough to convince you of what I want us all to remember today. That life is all about the little things, and if you want to be successful, you have to learn to get out of your own way. So allow me to delve deeper. Life as a young boy no more than 11 years old seemed limitless. The Puerto Rican and Dominican blood in me ran through my veins, and so I was destined from young to be a great pelotero or baseball player. The lessons I learned on the field were as tough and unforgiving as the staunch white leather of the ball. And while I had developed this passion, I understood that the sport should be used as a tool to hold my life together like the red vivid stitch seams. Around this time, I had developed my passion for learning and had realized my potential as a young writer and academic. By getting into fights in elementary school, I learned the power of persuasion and wording through writing thoughtful and convincing apology notes, but also thought of writing as a way to escape the little town my family called home, named Sunset Park. By journaling and detailing everything I wanted out of life, and working through any limitations or self-doubts, I learned that writing was not a tool best used to remember, but to forget and to stride further. Thanks to the combination of baseball, education, and chance, I would be accepted to Prep for Prep, a preparatory program that would allow underprivileged 5th and 6th graders of color to be diligently prepared and entered into some of the most prestigious and exclusive private schools throughout the country. We all know that feeling, that one opportunity that could change your life forever. Well, in these schools, I developed my passion for business and ownership, as well as my deep gratitude for those who sacrifice themselves, their time, and their resources to take a chance on the overlooked and the underpromised. Taking the N train from my predominantly Hispanic neighborhood where swarms of men in their bright green uniforms turned into well-tailored Navy suits on the Upper East Side. It was here that I realized I had been placed in the heart of opportunity and was seeing a world for the first time where no dream could possibly be big enough. Here, I began to reimagine the world and began to paint myself a different image, a new masterpiece. While revisiting my past, I realized that if we all look back at our own lives and think about how many major moments we experience, it is likely closer to a handful than a sea of memories. Class registration turned to final exams being submitted in the blink of an eye. Lines at the bursar's office turned into lines for our graduation photos. It was as if time was a thief in the night, and the only way I could stop them was by being present every moment of every day. I could not go to sleep unless I know that I had squeezed all the juice out of those bittersweet 24 hours, knowing that I had edited that essay once more before submitting it in, or thank that professor for agreeing to write my recommendation letter, or walk slowly and made sure to look for my mom in the crowd as I received an award for a paper I'd written. Being present and acknowledging every moment was a skill I had to develop while here at Kingsborough, and is a skill I encourage you all to develop as well. Before I had even walked through Kingsborough's arching gates for my first Psych 1100 class, I had set mental hurdles for myself in a long-distance race. I remember hesitantly standing for my high school graduation in my black tux with the satin lapels and my beet red gown. I could hear the names of my friends being announced, followed by their forthcoming schools, which were to the likes of the University of Chicago, Princeton University, and London School of Economics. My feet had to paddle themselves as I heard Kingsborough Community College, because at that moment, I felt as if there was a moat between them and me. If you've ever heard of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, an acceptance to one of these schools is like the golden ticket. Not only were these students accepted and educated by leading professionals who were Nobel Prize winners and were well esteemed in their fields, but interviews, internship positions, and jobs were placed aside for these students based on the merit of their universities. Coming from a line of private schools on baseball scholarships, I was a non-conventional student while here at Kingsborough. While accepted to a few private schools after high school, the tuition cost loomed over me like a spiritless cloud, and I began to question if I had lost my puzzle pieces and should just give up altogether. I am thankful, however, I did not. I am grateful for programs like the Presidential Scholars and Honors Program, who propel the student body, and Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society that allowed students exposure. For persistent leaders like Jawaria Bakar, for professors such as Don Levy, Susan Aronoff, Luz Martin del Campo, Omar Barcena, Jane Bursin, Keston Boyce, and Eric Rothenberg, and for my greatest role models, my mother and father, for encouraging me to put the pieces together nonetheless and get out of my own way. What felt like a misstep in my life turned into an opportunity to propel myself further than I could have ever imagined. We can all relate to that feeling when life just refuses to go your way, but we must never give up. Lehigh University, a school that had rejected me in high school, is now my home for the next 2 years. In the coming chapters of my life as a student and businessman, I come not as one, but move as 10,000, remembering all of those who walk down the halls here at Kingsborough and chase the same dream we all envision from dawn to dusk. Beyond the scope of one day, persisting for a lifetime, I have known that my calling has and will always be to think cleverly and solve large problems with the simplest solution as possible. I will work to create businesses and own commercial real estate with the aim of leading by example to teach others the importance of diversifying income and leveraging oneself through sweat equity, credit, and investors. Above all, I wish to give knowledge back to my community and to help instill financial literacy in those who were never taught the importance of saving, as well as investing in the wealth creation process. These are my insights and ambitions, but we all hopefully will find our own spark in life. When that light flickers, we should all learn to dance with that twinkling flame. Listen to that voice in us, and never neglect the little things because they add up in the blink of an eye. We must place ourselves outside the scope of our own lives and consider what our legacy will look like for the next generation when they utter our names. What will our kids have when we are gone? How will our community feel once we have passed? And what role will we have played in creating that distant reality? It is easy enough to create a life well lived, but to create a life well spent, we must accomplish feats worthy of being studied and cherished beyond our time. Life is all but a dream, and then it's gone. So we must cherish every moment and thank all of those who made the journey worth it. For those remaining at Kingsborough, understand that 2 years flies by quicker than you can fathom. And so these 2 years, you must leave no key untouched. Use this school as a trampoline to propel yourself to higher feats than you could have ever imagined. And be bold enough to try, or at least consider, every meaningful opportunity that comes your way. Remember, everyone is here because of someone. Reaching back is just as important as striding forward. And now that we are commencing onto greater challenges, we must not consider this time a chapter closed, but an opening line to a new story altogether. Thank you.
At this time, Provost Joanne Russell will present the candidates for degrees to President Schrader. Provost Russell.
President Schrader, students of the class of 2021 took a variety of paths to arrive at Kingsborough Community College. Many directly from high school, but others after years out of school. Many from right here in Brooklyn, but many others from distant nations. Many with a native knowledge of English, but many others speaking a different language. But come they did, different in background, but united in their pursuit of higher education. Now they come before you as petitioners for degrees which they have earned. During their years of study, they have attained distinction in scholarship and in campus citizenship. On behalf of the faculty, it is my pleasure to present them to you for the official conferral of their degrees.
This is not on my script, but I'm glad I had a minute because between our commencement speaker and our valedictorian, they took my breath completely away. Congratulations, Allan. And thank you, Nancy. Graduates of the class of 2021, you have successfully completed the requirements for the degrees of Associate in Science, Associate in Arts, Associate in Applied Sciences, as prescribed by the faculty of Kingsborough Community College and the City University of New York, and registered by the University of the State of New York, the Education Department. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you those respective degrees with all the rights and privileges, obligations, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. In testimony thereof, you will receive a diploma bearing the seal of Kingsborough Community College and signed by the appropriate officers of the Board of Trustees, the university, and the college. Congratulations, class of 2021. I need you to know that CUNY has partnered with a third-party vendor, Parchment, who is handling the mailing of diplomas to all students. Graduates will receive a digital diploma in their KCC email address in August, and a physical diploma will be mailed to your home in September. All students should make sure that they have updated addresses in CUNY first. Now, please continue to partake in this live presentation as the names of the 2021 graduates will now be displayed. Once again, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Kingsborough Community College, congratulations on a job well done.